Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Find somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well. Hope this show finds you in good spirits. There have been some new developments overnight. Man, when I found out, well, I didn't find out about this information until early this morning, but I was dead asleep last night. Finally getting some much needed rest. And there's this new information, y'all, which is still great news. Still fantastic news. But I got questions now. Now I got questions, y'all. And I think a lot of y'all have questions too. So we got to get into this. We're going to be talking about this here in just a minute. Okay. Nonetheless, regardless of anything, it's still good news. All right. As you guys see the title above or down below, but we are going to get into some things because there is still quite a bit to talk about. Okay. So before we get into everything, okay, please do me a favor, some housekeeping. So I'm just getting a few things up really quick. Do me a favor, hit that like button down below. Okay. Send it past 300 likes as you guys start to file in to this show. It's a wild one, y'all, but still good news nonetheless. So hit that like button, send it past 300 likes as you guys start to file in. It is Sunday morning and we got some good news nonetheless. So hit that like button on this beautiful Sunday morning. Okay? Hit that like button. And don't forget, if you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button. Por favor. It'd be greatly appreciated. Okay? Please and thank you. Please also, if you want to support this channel, hit that join button down below. Consider becoming a family member. All right. And if you want to support the channel even more, you can follow me on Patreon as well. All right. I've been posting things, updates, etc. on there as well for you patrons so that you know what's going down. All right. And this is some crazy news. So we got to get into some things, y'all. We got things to talk about this morning. On a Sunday, okay? Woo, on a Sunday, okay? Well, I do want to tell you guys that there was a young woman, 25 years old, by the name of Carlee Russell, okay? She also goes by Carlee Russell, that went missing a couple days ago. I think it was on the 13th of July when she was reported missing. Now, there has been some new updates, okay, which we will be talking about in just a minute. Just want to make sure I have all this ish together. So I'm going to tell you guys the end result, okay? The end result, because obviously this is what you guys are filing in for, but we are going to be going backwards, or I'm going to tell you guys the ultimate, right? I'm going to tell you guys what is recent news, and then we're going to start from the beginning and go up to where we are today, okay? So for those of y'all who don't know what's going on and all that, this is what I'm about to do, all right? So let's rock and roll. As you guys already know, you see the title down below or above, wherever you're watching this show. There is some good news out of this whole thing. And again, this is fantastic news, period. Okay. Carlee Russell has been found. This young woman, 25 years old, she went missing. Okay. She has been found, which is amazing. No matter what, this is fantastical news. Okay. So that's the bit I'm going to give you for right now. We're going to get into the details here in just a little bit, but I do want to give you guys at least the foundation of everything. The story that got everyone, the story that got all of our hearts wound up in this thing. I mean, it was incredible. It was overwhelmingly surprising, to say the least, to see the amount of people that were involved in this situation. Okay, the amount of true crime content creators, podcasters, news, mainstream media, etc., that were all involved in trying to find this young woman. We need that same energy all the time, y'all, on every single case, every single one. Okay. But I'm sure I'll be saying that again here in a little bit. But let me give you guys a little bit of the story here so you guys can get up to date. Okay. So this is what was posted around the time that she initially went missing. Okay. And I'm telling you, this became international news very, very fast. Everyone was very, very concerned over this situation. Okay. So Alabama police locate missing woman. Oh, sorry. No. Whoops. Wrong one. Hold on, guys. I am sorry. That's my bad. That is my bad. Because where the heck is that link now? Un momento, por favor. Because I know right now it is all the articles right now are going absolutely crazy. Okay. Understandably, people are very concerned and wanting to find her. So, see, oh man, all these articles the article that I did have that had the information, the old information is now updated because of course this is now huge news. So I'm just going to use this one. F it. Okay. We already know that she's been found. Okay. She has been found safe. She has been returned home. Okay. Which still to me is extremely surprising. So we're just going to get into this really, really quick. Okay. So an Alabama woman was who went missing on Wednesday after reporting a child walking on the highway returned home late Saturday and was reported and was transported to a hospital for evaluation. Okay. Now, of course, what is wild about this, all right, is that Russell saw this kid on Interstate or I-459, okay, in Alabama, around in the Hoover, in Hoover, Alabama, okay, around 9:30 p.m. She got out of her car. Okay, we have footage too, which we're going to be looking at here shortly. She got out of her car on the side of the interstate to basically render aid to this little kid, to this toddler, allegedly. So she calls on the phone. She calls one of her friends, a family friend, and was telling them about this situation, that of what she saw. She gets out of the car on the phone with the friend. She starts talking to the boy, allegedly. Then all of a sudden, there's heard on the phone like a scuffle went down. Okay. This scuffle was so bad that her wig fell off, her phone was left behind, her iWatch or her Apple Watch, I always say iWatch, but her Apple Watch was left behind. Certain items that you think that would be on her person were gone, were left behind, and then she just vanished. Okay. Now there have been people saying that they saw, that there was a male figure, a brown a brown man, as they said, that was there that took this woman. But like I said, we got to look at this footage because even in the footage, it seems a bit weird. It seems a bit odd. Okay. So we are going to be looking at this footage here shortly, but she was on the phone with family. She was chopping it up with some people, and then she just straight up got taken. Okay. Now, I have a little clip that I want to show you guys, and this is from the stuff that I had from the pop-up video that I had.
At some point, she got out the car.
I do want to share with you guys.
My daughter-in-law could hear her asking the child.
I do want to share with you guys just a little bit of what the family was saying. And again, it's just it is weird, y'all. And I know that there's people out here that have their speculations and their theories and whatnot. And I totally understand the speculations and the theories and thinking that this is a Jussie Smollett or this is, that this is a Juicy and all that. I don't know about all that as of yet. We don't know anything as of yet. But this is just a very wild, interesting, heartbreaking, and very intriguing story, to say the least. But let me play this clip. I played in the pop-up, but I want to, like I said, just take a little bit of a trip down memory lane. So let's listen to this, okay? And she's describing what she heard, okay? And this is what the reports were in the very beginning. So let's take a listen to this.
At some point, she got out the car. My daughter-in-law could hear her asking the child if they were okay. The child didn't respond, or at least she didn't hear her respond. He or she respond. And then she heard our daughter Carlee scream. And from there, all we could hear was noise, background noise in her phone, which we later found out was noise from the interstate. And so they have found her wig and her hat and her cell phone that were in close proximity to her car. So if anyone sees Carlee from the pictures that we have put out, just keep in mind, because her wig came off, her hair would be braided down to her scalp. So she won't have, long hair or anything like that is reflected on the picture. She pretty much has cheekbones like me. Pretty much our face is the same structure. So that's pretty much all the information we have. We do have some indication that there may have been a gray vehicle that a trucker saw that pulled in front of her car at some point as they were passing along the interstate. And that's all the information, or at least we have at this time.
Okay, so that's what, of course, this is from the mother giving us this information and telling us what is going down. Again, you see a family that's in distress. You see a family that is just wanting to get their young daughter home. And it does make you wonder, how was she taken? Was this a situation of some rush houring? You know what I'm saying? Some trafficking situation. Okay. I'm going to be using that code word from this point on. Okay. Because we do know that there are some really evil people out here in these streets that are willing to do some crazy, crazy things. The only reason why I have questions now is the end result, is how she came home. I'm going to get into that a little bit later, okay? I am going to get into that a little bit later. But first, like I said, we're going to be talking about this, all right? We're going to get into this piece here. Again, I find it a bit odd, okay, that there was allegedly a toddler on the side of the road. And again, this was in pitch black. This was on the interstate highway at nighttime, in the night, okay? And so, again, before I show you guys the actual footage of the highway, I just want to play a little bit more of some news as well. And again, I am just so shocked at the response from the entire world. Again, everyone stepped up to the plate. Everyone stepped up to the plate. And I want to say this to everybody. This is how you drive. Whether this was a juicy situation or if this is real, doesn't matter. It just shows that we were all pulled by this story. We were all moved and we wanted to help as quickly as possible. So no matter what, I applaud every single last one of y'all that hashtagged her name, that said her name, that shared a news clip, that shared my video, okay, that shared anyone's video for that matter over this situation, because you guys all cared. So that's one thing we can, for right now, two good things we can walk away from with this situation. One, she's been found alive. Two, the efforts, the heart of every single last one of y'all that went out of your way to talk about it, share it, etc., shows we're on a trajectory towards the right way, right? Of doing good, right? That hopefully this inspires more energy towards other situations like this, towards other people of color that go missing, because they need help. Those stories need as much light under the sun as anything else too. So I just wanted to point that out. It does show something great, and that hopefully this is a movement towards a new way of how we put out stories and what kind of stories we focus on. So I'm here for it all day long. So that's two good things. She was found alive, and y'all some amazing individuals. Because I don't think if it did not have this energy right here, she would not be knocking on the front door saying, "Hi, mom and dad, I'm home." Alive. You know, one thing before, actually, I'm going to say this after we check out this news clip. I wanted to share this with you guys because, like I said, these are some of the clips that started to grab at the heartstrings of everyone, even myself, right? I mean, imagine if this was your daughter or son. What would you do? And I think you guys all responded in the most best possible way, right? So let's take a look at this video.
For Carlee Russell, the 25-year-old vanishing last night along Interstate 459 in Hoover.
The search is starting immediately last night and continuing into today. By land and sky, crews are working as hard as they can to find her. Right now, a $25,000 reward is being offered. And as police continue to search, we are bringing you team coverage from all angles of this story.
Yeah, as you can imagine, her family is distraught. Carlee's mom and dad holding out hope, knowing their daughter is a fighter.
If it's a chance for her to put up a fight to try to save her life, she's going to do everything she can to put up a fight.
Now, one thing I do want to point out, first off, those are the parents. Obviously, this is the same day and, or the same day of that other clip that I showed you guys. But one thing I do want to point out is that the reward money went up to as high as $50,000. So this is old. OK, this news clip is about a day or two old, just so you guys know. But it went as high as $50,000 for information. OK, real talk. Pretty damn amazing. And these were all from anonymous donators, right? This money was donated anonymously just so that they can get closer to finding their daughter. It's amazing. Again, we need that same energy. Oh, somebody said 55. Oh, okay, it was 55. Wow. I did not know that. That's good information. But still, no matter what, same energy all day long. Really, really quick. Hoping for answers. Me too. Especially with this case and many other ones. Okay. Thank you so much for the $2 super sticker. Hoping for answers. And Nicole, what's up? Thank you so much for the 5. Ladies never help. These monsters use women and children to lure you. Please call 911 and remain in your vehicle. I agree 110%. Okay. Now I will say this too. What was being said in this story of her getting out of the car, talking to the little kid, and then allegedly she got snatched. Let's be real. That is a tactic that is used out here in these streets. That is something that's being used. It's not like this is some, oh my Lord, is that, is this a new tactic? No, they've used this tactic before. And there are definitely rush hour monsters, for lack of a better term, out here in these streets that are doing some bad. But I have something to say about that in a little bit. Let's continue with this clip. Again, just a little quick trip down memory lane. And I see about 1,000 souls in the house. So please do me a favor, hit that like button down below. Crush it, crush it, crush it. Please also hit that subscribe button. That'd be greatly appreciated. All right. Let's get the likes past 500 likes. That would really mean a lot. Okay. For a positive Sunday, this young woman was found. That's a positive. Yay. All right. And it couldn't have been done without all y'all's help. Real talk. Okay. I commend all y'all. I salute y'all. Let's go.
So we're asking that the community Again, people even in other states to do the same thing. If you can please spare any time, if you'll just go to gas stations, hotels, just anywhere.
Can't imagine what they're going through right now. WBTM 13's Lisa Crane is anchoring our coverage tonight.
And she gets us started this evening. Lisa, what do we know about this case and how it all unfolded?
Well, we know 25-year-old Carlee Russell called 911 last night at about 9:30. She had left work, was on her way home. She said there was a toddler walking alone on the side of 459. She hung up with 911 and then she called a relative. Now, at that point, we believe that she got out of her car to check on the child, thinking that police would be there at any time. Her relative said she heard Carlee scream, and then while it seemed Carlee dropped her phone, the connection continued. When police arrived, they found Carlee's vehicle, her cell phone, and personal items, but no Carlee and no child.
A single witness has reported possibly seeing a gray vehicle with a light-complected male standing outside of Carlee's vehicle, but we have no further information on that individual or the vehicle at this time.
Okay, really, really quick. That's what it is. A individual, a male, got out of a gray vehicle. This is what they were saying. That went and took, is the one that snatched and took this young woman, Carlee. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Don't worry. We're going to be looking at this video very, very shortly. The highway traffic cam, if you will. We are going to be looking at that. Of course, just taking a quick trip down memory lane. All right. For those y'all who are late to the story.
Time she went missing, time we heard that scream, and so many people started helping look for her. We've been from here to Tuscaloosa to Mississippi.
Just checking hotels.
Gas stations.
Gas stations, just asking around.
Truck stops.
Now, the family organized searches throughout the night and all day today. They had folks meet at the Hoover, met many strangers, friends, and relatives, volunteers there to help out today. Jarvis Robertson has that part of the story for us.
Here in Hoover, there has been a lot of attention focused on finding 25-year-old Carlee Russell, but not just in the Birmingham Hoover metro, across the state and country. This case is drawing a lot of attention. Now, a lot of people showed up to the Hoover Met hoping to help find her. This is the flyer that they've been giving out. Now, close friends, family members, even strangers, all dedicated trying to find out where she is. I had a chance to speak with some of her close friends and families about why this is so important. Take a listen.
This is the second wave, and it's hotter than it was earlier. I mean, it's later than it was earlier, and to see the number from earlier grow like this, it just speaks to the kind of friend and person that she is.
The numbers are here, and we are so appreciative. We really thank everybody that has come out to help us search for Carlee, and the hashtag is Let's Find Carlee.
Now, although they may have gone home for the day, they're still not giving up in hopes of finding her. They will be back out tomorrow morning, starting at 8 o'clock at the Hoover Met again, looking for Carlee Russell.
Okay. And of course, we're going to continue with this, but still, okay, people were out there searching, looking for this young woman. Okay. But it wasn't only just people out here on land looking. It was also people online talking about this, doing whatever they could, going on TikToks. I mean, I don't know how many TikToks I got, tagged in, okay, on TikTok. It was incredible, the amount of people that were like, yo, Pascal, because they didn't think that they didn't realize that I had already covered the story and talked about it in a video. But they were still sharing it. And a lot of other people, true crime, TikTokers, to just regular people who make skits online, were actually using, talking about Carlee and saying, where is she? Please share this video, or at least hashtag her name in your next video, so on and so forth. I mean, the immense amount of care and effort was pretty damn amazing, to be honest. Okay. But let's continue on with this here. Okay.
All right, Jarvis, thank you very much. Well, Angela Harris has been helping out during the search. Her name might sound familiar. She is the mother of Anaya Blanchard, and her child, Anaya, disappeared and was later found murdered in 2019. Carlee Russell's parents say having her there has been helpful and comforting.
Well, my heart's breaking, first of all. And as soon as I woke up this morning and saw the Facebook post, I immediately reached out to the family and to friends, like, how can I help? And knowing that the situation is very serious and knowing what this family's going through, I just came immediately to do whatever I can to be supportive and then to also search if need be. It's going to be tough. I'm not going to lie, but we're going to do everything we can.
Wow.
Now, if you have missed anything, you can find it all.
Okay. Now we don't have to listen to all that. But again, the efforts were immense. Okay. A lot of people went out of their way trying to find Carlee, trying to do their due diligence, trying to share any videos, any piece of content that they could, so on and so forth. Again, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. The just the full on amount of effort that was put out here. Okay. Which again, I mean, this was huge for everyone. And that means the world, at least to me. Okay. That absolutely means the world to me. Now we're going to be looking at this video here. I got another one too. We're going to look at here for the traffic here as well. But before I do that, I do have a couple super chats that I got to get to. Ali79, thank you so much for the 20. Thank goodness she's safe. Yes, I'm happy about that. Regardless of what the outcome is here, I am really, or like what the result was, if it's a juicy, if this is a juicy, or if this is real talk, doesn't matter. She's home safe. That's all that matters. But I have some questions. I'm challenging the information a little bit because I am curious. I'm a lot of curious, just to be completely honest. So we're going to talk about that here in just a minute. But Julie La Rosa, thank you so much for the 14 Canadian bucks. I appreciate it. Stay safe, everyone. Know your surroundings. Never ever leave your vehicle in any situation and call 911. Toronto, Canada. Thank you so much from Toronto. Okay. And Mimi, again, thank you so much for the Swiss franc. I appreciate it. Okay. Thank you so very much. Now, you know what, Michelle Noir, I am still wondering if there is a press conference going to be scheduled. If there is, I want to see it as well. Right. But I have yet to hear anything about a press conference. But if you guys know of anything, please let me know, okay? But I will look it up after we look at this particular video right here, okay? We got to look at this video, y'all. And the reason why I say we got to look at this video is because, let's be real, this shows us what went down during that time, okay? Let's take a look, shall we? This is interesting to say the least. No sound on this bad boy. But as you can see, she does pull over. That is her vehicle. Okay. She pulls over on the side of the road. She put on her hazards. Goes onto the side of the road. Let me scoot up a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Slowly rolls to a stop. Now you can see she does get out of the car. Closes, it looks like she closed the car door, goes around the back, and then she's standing there on the side of the road. And I know that's really hard to see. But real talk, that's her on the side of the car. Now, remember, they said a gray vehicle pulled up to the car and then she was taken. Okay? And it looks like she's still on the side of the road. Now, one thing, it's so weird, y'all. It is so weird. And I know it's really hard to see, but I mean, right now, I don't see any cars. I don't see any other cars pulling up right now. Okay, I'm gonna let this run, but I found another enhanced version of it where it looks like it's just pure daylight, which is amazing. Technology is amazing, but from what we see, that it's still her hazards blinking in the right there on the side of the road. You see trucks and cars trying to get out the way, of course, to avoid hitting her car, of course. But again, we're looking at this and there's no car that I see so far. Keep moving forward. Again. So then after that, cops pull up to the vehicle. And still nothing. I mean, this is when 5-0 shows up. So nothing, honey. Okay. So this is what we have. All right. As far as the footage that they have out here right now. And I'm telling you right now, you know, I saw this footage last night or yesterday, I'm sorry. And of course, I was, you know, yesterday was busy after, you know, after my live going through the PCA for Rex Huerman, you know, the man who's arrested for the accused of being the Craigslist ripper, right? Now, I looked at this video and I was like zooming in on my phone. I'm like, I don't see any car. I don't see any car at all throughout this almost 5-minute video. Okay. So I do have another video. And I got this from Nerdy Addict because I wanted to, first off, I wanted to show you guys just what it looks like. Damn. Okay. Pause. What it looks like with like a enhanced, more like a daylight type of thing. This is amazing. And whoever did this, shout out to them. I appreciate whoever did this. But you can see like just the same thing. She pulls up. And of course, I'm going to, you know, kind of scroll through this pretty quickly, okay? Because we pretty much know everything. But she pulls up, goes to this, you know, pulls to a stop. And I will say this too. I don't see any kid on the side of the road, y'all. I don't see any kid on the side of the road. Again, I repeat, I don't see any kid on the side of the road. And allegedly, she's saying there was a toddler on the side of the road. Okay. But let me play a little bit more of this. You can see she gets out of the car. She walks around the back of the ride. And she just stands there. I mean, to me, it looks like she just walked right over. I mean, I don't know. Because it's not the greatest of cameras, right? And it's far away. It almost looks like she just walked into the woods, but I could be wrong. She could still be standing there, but it's hard to see. But it looks like she walked into the grass. Yeah, I was going to say, I could have sworn I saw a shadow walking towards the woods, right? I'm not losing my mind, right? And it was early. It was earlier on. I'm going to play it again. I feel like it was right then and there is when she just walked into the woods, right? And and again, I got a lot of questions about this because, I hate the idea of, thinking this is a Jussie situation. You know what I mean? That she's making this up. But as you can see, right now I'm playing the whole freaking thing, y'all. The whole clip. Not one car. There's not one car that pulls up. Not one car, guys. I mean, you tell me, do you see a car? Love Story just said another creator showed it really clearly, and you can see right when the figure moves into the darkness. You can see it from this far away too. It's faint, but you can see it. I'm gonna play it again here in a second. But it's weird, right, Tyler? Tyler, this way it's like things that make you go Just saying, It's a very questionable thing. Hold on, I'm gonna play it again, not the whole thing, but I'm gonna play it right when she pulls up and gets out of the ride. Okay. I wish I had a more zoomed in version of this, but if you look closely, you can see it. You can see a shadow. It's just faint. It's very faint, but it's like it's walking into the grass, into the woods. Okay. And it's shortly after she gets out of the ride. Okay. That's her getting out of the ride. Looks like she walks around the back of the car. She stands there. Maybe she's on the phone call right then. She's still there. She's still there. She's right there, looks like. And then she goes into the woods right then and there. Right there at that little moment. Here's her on the side of the road. And then she just disappears into the, at least that's what it looks like from what I'm seeing. Again, it seems a bit weird, but you got to remember though too, there was the parents were saying that while she was on the phone with a friend, they heard nothing but the background noise of the traffic on the highway, and then they heard her scream, and then that was it, and then she just disappeared. Right now, okay, I'm gonna just have this playing in the background so y'all can take a look at this. Okay, I got questions about this. I got so many questions, guys. Okay. Now, there could be that theory there, or there could be the possibility of her getting somebody was talking to her in those woods. That could be it too. I mean, we got to put out all the possibilities here. I'm just going to say this really quick. Okay. Now, I know a lot of y'all are thinking she pulled a Smollett. All right. A lot of y'all are thinking juicy. Okay. But we have to put out these possibilities. All right. One, this could very well be her having a mental breakdown. Because let's be real. Number one, this is not what it originally looked like. This is an enhanced video. Okay. This is an enhanced video to make it look like daylight. And let me show you exactly what I mean by that. And I'll pull this back up here. Okay. I will pull this back up here in a second. It looked like this, y'all. It be looking like this. Well, it looked originally like this. Okay, I want to remind you, this is what it looked like, okay, that night. So let me play this for you guys while I say this really quick. First, she could have had a mental break, because let's keep it straight funky. You're telling me that she saw a kid that far away? Like, think about it. She saw the kid. She's on the side. Let me roll that back. Hold on. Let me roll that all the way back. She is on the shoulder of the highway right here. She doesn't stop until way up here. If you see my mouse, right? She doesn't stop until about right up here, right? That's quite a distance. You're telling me that she was able to see a toddler on the side of the road right there, that far away? Her car is right here, y'all. Look at the mouse. Her car is right here on the shoulder, and she's rolling to a stop. That's over here. You're telling me she saw a kid right here? You're really telling me she saw a kid that far away? She got night vision eyes? She would have passed that kid. You see what I'm saying? She would have passed that kid. She would have been like, wait, was that a kid? And then roll to a stop. And maybe she would have to walk a few yards back. But she rolls a long way to a stop, y'all. She rolls to a stop. So that's the only part where I'm like, that's a bit odd. I have to challenge it. I have to challenge it, unfortunately, okay? All right? With all due respect, I'm glad that she's home safe. Really. I'm really, really happy she's home safe. Real talk. I am happy, happy, happy. Okay? But there's another part of me that's like, yo, that it just doesn't feel right. Okay. You see a car that far, you see a kid, a toddler, not to say the least, a small-bodied human being on the side of the road, yards ahead, and you roll into a stop. Get out of the car exactly right where the kid was. It doesn't make sense to me. Unless, let me just say this too. Unless and only unless she saw the kid on the highway, passing the kid, okay, got off on an exit, on the nearest exit, banged a Yui, and drove back down. That's the only other way I can think of that she could have seen this kid, right? And rolled to a stop perfectly right in front of that kid. That's the only other thing I can think of that would be the most logical reason. Maybe she flipped the B, right? She flipped the Yui at the nearest exit, got off, did a whole Yui, and then found him there. That could be it. But then again, I don't know. You see what I'm saying? Right. Okay. Math ain't mathin' fully, Michelle. I agree. It's not fully mathin' for me either. But hold on, guys. I just got tagged in something, so I want to make sure I have it, or I need to see it, actually. All right. But again, doesn't make any sense. But okay, of course, we're gonna look at this and we're gonna break it down. But I'm gonna look at this video here as well, real quick. But okay, so there's a possibility of mental health here. Okay, definitely, we can't rule that out. That maybe she, in her mind, saw something and she was reacting, right? There's a good possibility of that as well. Okay. So there's that one too, because it just doesn't make any sense that she would go, and we're going to look at this video here shortly that I just got tagged in, but you can't tell me that she would go and in the pitch black of night like this, know exactly where that kid was like that, right? Right off the bat. Just knew yards away that this kid is there, sitting there. So she either passed him, saw the kid, or thought she saw some kid, turned around and came back. The other thing, she had a mental break. She just in her mind believed that this was where a kid was. She got out of the car, talked to her family or to a family friend on the phone saying, hey, this is what this is what I see right now. Oh my Lord, there's a kid on the side of the highway. Got out of the car, walked over there, and then walked closer to where the kid was, because it seems like where the kid could have been, the toddler could have been, was in the more deeper in the woods, I guess, or on the line of the right there on the border of the where the grass and the trees start. Maybe the kid was standing by the trees. I don't know. It's very, very weird. Okay. 3, she actually was taken. So mental health. Okay. A juicy situation. A mental health situation. She really did see this kid and she was taken. Those are the 3 options. But I'm going to challenge one of the main theories here in just a minute, okay? Because to me, this whole thing is not mathing right. It's just not. And of course, we got to think critically. Please think critically and independently. I know some of you guys have your own theories. I know some y'all have your own theories about what happened here. Okay. But let's just be respectful. I'm not saying that you guys are being disrespectful in the chat, but I'm just saying let's just be respectful of everything, because at the same time, this could very well be a mental health situation, or it may not have been. Okay. But let me grab this video. Hold on. So I got this from Ashley. She just shared this with me. I don't know what it is right now, but we're going to look at it together. All right. Whoops. We're going to look at it together as a family. Let's take a look. Yeah. Volume is on. So 11-mile marker, which is exactly where she was when she was allegedly taken. So there's a what? Interesting. Huh? Okay, hold on. Because it says here, whoops. Why won't it pause? Because it says here, that's very interesting indeed. So Russell told the family, okay. So Russell stopped by Taziki's at blah 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 at 9 p.m. to pick up food for herself and her mother. The search began when Hoover 911 at 9:34 p.m. received a call from Russell, said Lieutenant Daniel Lowe. Okay. Yes. So she told dispatcher that she was near mile marker 11 when she saw a toddler walking alone on the side of I-459 between the flyover to the Galleria and Highway 150. After calling 911, Russell stopped to check on the child and called a family member. This is what Lowe said. The family member lost contact with her, but the line remained open. All right. So officers located Russell's red Mercedes, still running but vacant. Some of her belongings nearby. They were unable to find her or a child in the area. Okay, now the other thing, and that's very interesting too. So she did call 911. Apparently, she called 911 about seeing this toddler, and then she was allegedly taken. Very, very interesting information. Now we're looking at the video. Okay, mile marker 11. And we're looking at mile marker 11 right here. So there's it's like a little bridge. But that's not what we see in the video. What I find very interesting is that this is not what we see in the video. Again, let me show you guys that video. Come on, man. Stop. Pause. When I click on you, you pause. Dag nabbit. I'm going to show you guys the enhanced video. Again, look at this enhanced video. Do you see I don't see a bridge here at all. I don't see no bridge. I don't see no overpass. Like nada. Unless she really did see the kid at an overpass or on a bridge. You see what I'm saying? That's just weird. Again, do you see this as a bridge? I don't see a bridge, like her driving over a bridge. Is this really marker 11? Mile marker 11? Is it? No. And then I don't see, at least going up here, if you're watching my mouse, I don't see an overpass over here. Because, yeah, that doesn't make any sense, y'all. That doesn't make any sense. Unless, again, maybe she saw the kid. Maybe she saw the kid at that little bridge, halted to a stop and started walking backwards, like going back towards where the bridge was. Because that's weird, y'all. That's very, very weird. Now, one of the other things, okay? So there's a couple of things I want to challenge, but one thing I do want to point out is Red Roof Inn is trending like a mother lover on Twitter, okay? And there is a reason that why Red Roof Inn is a big story right now. People have been saying that she was calling from a Red Roof Inn to her family. I've heard that later that it is not true. I've heard stories I've heard things, at least that's what's been flowing out here, saying that is fake news, that is not true, that the Red Roof Inn was not a true story. Okay. And that was something that was being said way before she actually showed up on her parents' front door, or at her parents' front door. Okay. Which is very, very odd. And so I do want to point that out. Okay. Some people like JB Bueno has been saying regarding the Red Roof Inn social media activity in the Carlee Russell search, can confirm there is no significant police search activity at the business at this time. This was 14 hours ago. The search is approaching the 48-hour mark, which we already know. Okay. Search efforts remain ongoing. Okay. But they were saying apparently on a scanner that the family is at the Red Roof Inn, saying they received a phone call from Carlee moments ago, and that was 15 hours ago. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm hearing through the internet that is not true. Even Nerdy Addict put up this as well. Let me show this to you as well. It says here, hello, Red Roof Inn, Eva. Okay. Hi, was a girl found here? Awkward silence. No. Is there a large presence there? More awkward silence. No. Okay, have a good night. And again, these are all things that have just been popping off because rumor was going around saying that she called from a Red Roof Inn. Now, unconfirmed. Again, this is from other Twitter pieces, but they're all sitting here saying reports say she was found at a Red Roof Inn hotel in Birmingham, which we're understanding, which we're hearing later on that this wasn't even true. It's weird. But again, when a story becomes super popular, the rumor mill will be out there. So you have to sift through all the BS and the truth and all that stuff, okay? And it's pretty wild. But I got a couple super chats really quick. We're going to look at a couple things. I'm going to be talking about this rush houring monsters and all that here in just a minute. I'm going to play that video for you guys one more again as well. We're going to look at a couple things, okay? So, and I got a couple super chats to get through, okay? And I really appreciate all the support, really. And I appreciate you guys sharing this story, period. It's been amazing. Like I said, we need the same energy all the time. Jackie Sue, thank you so much for the 5. They need to look at all cameras around her house so we know how she really got home. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with that because I have so many questiones. I got so many questions, y'all. Okay? This is why I'm glad I was asleep when the news came out, because when I woke up this morning, very early this morning, found out about all this, and I was like, okay, let me just bang this out. Let me see what all the information, what's true, what's not, so on and so forth. Right now, still, from what I understand, the Red Roof Inn story is not true unless they come out with new news saying that it is. But I have yet to hear anything on the otherwise. Melissa, thank you so much for the 5. There is a neighborhood right on the other side of those woods, and there's an empty lot near the tree line in that neighborhood. Exactly. I heard that as well. Casey, thank you so much for the 5. She left wig behind in car, not to mess it up. From what we understand, just to make it very clear, her wig was not found in the car. The wig was found outside on the ground. So I don't know about that, it being messed up or not. Okay. No way would I would not have my wig on. Cost money, left it behind. Yeah, I mean, shoot, those things they don't go cheap. Those wigs don't go cheap. Starry RZ, thank you so much for the 2. Top left corner, the video says mile marker 11.7. Okay, I'll see that in a second, okay? Because I am going to play that enhanced video here again in a second. Miss Kim, thank you so much for the 5. Manic depression, now called bipolar, has manic highs where people do very weird things. My friend disappeared for days. They found her 2 states away. Now, I will say this. I hope that isn't the case. I really hope that isn't the case with this situation. I hope, I'd rather hear it being a mental health issue or her actually being taken rather than it being a Jussie situation. You feel me? I would hate to hear it being a Smollett. That would be bad, in my personal opinion. Okay, but let me play that. Let me play that video again for you guys. This enhanced video. Okay, and you're right. It does say it up on the left-hand corner, top left-hand corner here. It says right there in the top left-hand corner, 11.7 right there, if you could see my mouse. So that is very interesting. Let's take a look at this video. This is when she's already been pulled over. Okay. Again, so it was around the marker, around 11. Okay. Mile marker 11. All right. So 11.7 is where she was, where her nice ride, I'll say, by the way, okay, was left on the side of the road. She got out of the car. She made a phone call saying that there was a young toddler on the side of the road. She apparently talked to the kid. Allegedly, she called 911 as well, telling them exactly where she was. Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. And thank you for for more specifics. But yes, the camera's at that's where the camera's at. Okay. and her car was at the 11.4 mile marker. Thank you so much for the correction, or, the more specifics. Okay. So this is where the camera's shooting from, the 11.7 marker. Okay. Just so you guys know. But again, they went, or she was there. She got out of the car. She talked to somebody on the side of the road, y'all. Somebody. She even called 911. I want to point that out too. She called 911 and told 911 that there was a toddler on the side of the road at around mile marker 11. Okay. And then she disappeared. Now, I'm going to play this. I'm going to go back to the beginning here again. Now, I want you guys to think about this for just a hot minute. Okay. Because like I said, I have some pushback on this. Just a little bit, because we got to think about all this. If it is at face value what it is, that she was taken against her will and then she was dropped off at her parents' house, and the Red Roof Inn stuff is not true from what we are hearing so far, and that she just got dropped off by some anonymous somebody at her parents' front door, this is what I'm going to say. I ain't never heard any people who are in the realm of rush houring people, okay, trafficking people, ain't never heard them just go and drop off the girl at your front door, at the family's front door. I ain't never seen anything like that before in my life. I've never heard that story. Anytime we've heard about someone being taken and they're put into that type of situation where they're moved around in a way, if you get what I'm saying. And I'm telling you, that's a terrible thing. I ain't never seen nobody be found this quickly except Liam Neeson's. That's the only other person I've seen do something like this and succeed, is Liam Neeson's. And that's because he has some special skills. Okay. He will find you and he will kill you. But I ain't never seen nobody be this successful in around 48 hours of time of them being taken, return home at their front door. That's the part I find very, very odd. Okay. That's the only pushback I have. Now, I want to say this too. So yesterday, I had the opportunity to check out the movie Sound of Freedom. I'm going to tell you guys, you really need to go and see that movie. It was very, very moving. It was a really good piece. I definitely say go and check it out when you can. But it's interesting that I saw this movie around the same time that this whole thing is popping. This whole story is popping off. And I'm telling you right now, there are people out here that are still looking for their loved ones that were taken years ago. And if you watch the movie, or if you have seen the movie, the lengths in which the main character goes out of his way to try to find this young girl, I mean, it's incredible, but it's a lot of work. And all he was trying to find is one person. Trying to find one person. And he took a lot. It took a while. It was a lot of work, a lot of money to find this young girl. Like I said, go see the movie. It's really amazing. And I hope it does change the perspective on a lot of, in a lot of our minds, because there are people in America, especially, that are being taken every single day. And I think this is the reason why people were so moved by this case as well, by this story. But now I'm wondering if it was a mental break. The other thing too I want to point out is, I want to know what she's going to say about this boy, about this toddler that was found on the side of the road. Who was the toddler? Are there any? Of course, there are many missing kids out here. Let's be real. But have we heard anything about any missing children as of late being taken or that are gone, that have been put out into the world as a hashtag in Alabama? Do we know of any kids that are missing right now? Now, I know that there's a lot of them. So it could be a situation where she saw a kid on the side of the road and that kid could be missing for years now. Right? That's a possibility too, but this is wild. Lonnie said, where can I watch it? The movie Sound of Freedom? It's in theaters right now. So just, I don't know, use Fandango or whatever the heck it is that you use. Does Fandango even exist anymore? I don't even know anymore. But anyway, use one of those, just type it in onto your Googles. If that's the question you're asking, just go into Google's, love, and type in Sound of Freedom, yeah? And hopefully it'll get you right where you need to go to, okay? Hold on, guys. So it is very interesting. The turn of events, period, point blank, about this. We still got more to go into, so we are going into those stories. Again, I am so curious because I ain't never heard of, except for when it came to the situation, I forgot what they called them. It was like the lipo 4 or something like that. I forgot the 4 that went down, the lipo 3. I forgot what it was called. They went down to Mexico. They were taken. Many of the friends lost their lives, but they were quickly returned. Like they were quickly found and quickly returned. And then 5 of there was a bunch of guys that were involved in it that actually got arrested, were exposed. The cartel just threw them out there and said, oh, these are your guys, take them, right? That was a wild story as well. But how often do we hear those stories? Not the Cabo 4. No, not the Cabo 4. No, not them. I'm talking about the one where the girl went down there, okay? Oh, okay. I'm gonna look at that here in a second. They went down to Mexico because the girl was going to go and get like a plastic surgery. She was going to do some elective surgery down there. They got cornered off by some cartel guys. I don't know if it was by mistake, like mistaken identity, or if they just wanted to take them and put them into their own demented system, right? Many of them lost their lives. A couple of them got badly wounded. And then this became national news. Everyone was talking about it. And then they were released. They were found very quickly and they were released. And then the guys who were involved in it, the guys who actually caught them, took them, were basically thrown out by the cartel. And they're like, these are your guys. I forgot what it was called. That's going to drive me nuts. Tummy Tuck 4. Thank you, Sarah Marie. Yes, it was the Tummy Tuck 4. Yes. But that's a very odd situation, right? But there was footage of them actually getting taken, right? Footage of these people actually getting taken. Brooke Burks, thank you so much for the comment on YouTube and the update. The police have blocked her parents' neighborhood off to check door cameras. Yeah, I would too. Why wouldn't they? They better. Okay, they better. Because who dropped her off? She got dropped off, y'all. Okay? That is weird. To me, that's weird. Hold on, guys. Yes. And of course, like I said, this, no matter what,
was driving down I-459 around 9:30.
Come on. This is still great news. No matter what, the fact that she was found is still really bloody great news. But still, I have questions. Who was the kid? Will she be able to describe this kid? If that's the case, can she describe any of the people that actually took her, if she was actually taken? She left everything behind. her cell phone, her Apple Watch, her wig. Apparently, one of the car doors was still open. All this stuff. So you couldn't even trace her with her cell phone because she left it behind. Car was still running, by the way. I'm surprised nobody pulled over and was like, yo, red Mercedes right here. Let's go get it real quick, right? It's a bit weird. Real quick before we continue. First off, please do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. Hit it. That would really mean a lot. Also, do not forget to hit that subscribe button or crush that subscribe button, okay? That would really mean a lot. And if you want to join if you want to support the channel, please, by all means, think about hitting that join button down below, becoming a family member. And again, if you want to support the channel even more, you can go to my Patreon, patreon.com/The Pascal Show. That would be greatly, greatly appreciated. Okay. But let me get these super chats really quick. Dreamweaver, thank you so much for the 10. How long after she went into the woods did the police arrive? She caused vanishing into the woods while the police is searching for you and a kid there is impressive. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know how much of a time jump that is, but they say shortly after police showed up at that area and she was gone. After she claimed that there was a baby or there was a toddler on the side of the road, on the side of the interstate. She gave her where she was, a general idea of where she was. And so minutes later, cops showed up. So it is very, very weird how all this went down, for real. Jamie, thank you so much for the 5. Thanks for the coverage, Pascal. Question, why is she the only person that saw this toddler? Yeah, I'm wondering the same doggone thing, okay? I'm wondering the same doggone thing, okay? So watch, wig, phone, from what we understand, were found outside of the car. Where? I don't know. Where? I do not know. But let's take a look at this video here, okay? Let's take a look at this. All right, I'm going to be hopping in and out because of fair use and all that crap. You know how it be. All right, let's take a listen.
Thursday night when she called 911 to report seeing a child along the highway. She also called her sister-in-law to report that she was going to stop after she saw that child. Now, before she stopped, she was telling her sister-in-law that she saw the kid and she pulled over. She got out of the car and suddenly her sister-in-law said that she heard her scream.
Did you hear what she just said? I'm going to play it again. I'm going to play the beginning again. She just said that she saw the kid. It was like she saw the kid and then she called her family friend saying that she saw a kid. See what I'm saying? So she saw it afterwards, or she saw before she called. You see what I'm saying? She saw the kid before she called and then she pulled over, which is very interesting. Okay. Hold on real quick. And yeah, again, the fact that it was pitch black. How would you see anything on the side of the road like that? How can you see anything like that? Unless you got your brights on and of course, where she pulled over, maybe that's not where she saw the kid. But then again, why would somebody be there on the side of the road to catch her there? Wouldn't they be where the kid is? You see what I'm saying? If the kid was a few yards back, wouldn't the napper, you know what I mean? Wouldn't the monster that allegedly took her, wouldn't they be right by where the kid is? Not yards down the road? But anyway, it's just a question. Let's continue.
59 around 9:30 Thursday night when she called 911 to report seeing a child along the highway. She also called her sister-in-law to report that she was going to stop after she saw that child. Now, before She stopped. She was telling her sister-in-law that she saw the kid, and she pulled over. She got out of the car, and suddenly her sister-in-law said that she heard her scream, and then there was silence. Carlee hasn't been seen or heard from since then. That was Thursday night, and police say one witness said that they saw someone in a gray vehicle, a man near that area. We're still working to get details on that. But what you're looking at right now is video of what we believe or could be Carlee's car the night of all of this happening on I-459 and mile marker 11. The car you see at the distance with the flashers on, we believe that to be her car. And the police here pulling up a few minutes later on the scene. This has been an incredible story, just knowing that this young lady is alive at this time. And this is the video that WBRC obtained from traffic cameras the night that Carlee Russell was said to have disappeared off of I-459 at mile marker 11. Again, tonight, the community elated. This was earlier today as search crews came together at the Hoover Met to look for her. Her mother and father telling WBRC that they were overwhelmed with the outpouring of support that they have received from their family, friends, and even strangers. Her mother telling us people were just coming up to her, hugging her to let her know that they could not sit at home while her baby was missing, and they were going to help her in any way that they could. You can see Anaya Blanchard's mother there on top of that truck. She joined in on the search to help with all of this. She said she was angry about the alert system in our state because it is pretty much non-existent for people like Carlee Russell who go missing, adults. And she tonight confirming to us before we got all of the updates from police that Carlee had been found and returned home, and now she is at UAB Hospital being cared for and evaluated.
So she has been taken to the hospital. Obviously, understandably, she's being taken to the hospital because if these claims are absolutely true, if what happened here did go down, they have to run tests. They have to do some evaluations and all that. If she was, I mean, God forbid, any of the horrific things that could have possibly happened over the last 48 hours. So yeah, of course she's going to be taken to the hospital. But one thing is that she still was dropped off at her home, guys. She was dropped off. I don't know anybody who's in the game of rush houring, okay? Trafficking. I don't know anybody who does that stuff. Thank God I don't. At least not that I know of. Some of y'all are hiding in plain sight. But one thing I do know is I've never heard of anything like this before, where the person who's been Liam Neeson'd, okay, taken, gets dropped off back home after 48 hours. I've never heard that before, ever. Okay. The other part I will say, because we have to think about this critically as well, is that you're telling me that unless by the grace of God, you have people out here that are moved. You got rush hour monsters out here moved by the immense amount of care and concern over the well-being of this young woman, that they were so moved that they said, no, let's just take her back home. I don't know. It just seems a bit like a wild story. Again, I'm really happy that she's home. Oh my Lord. I'm happy that she's home. But it seems a bit odd that once mainstream media and social media suddenly just hopped on, that these guys have a heart of gold. You got traffickers out here with a heart of gold. I don't think so. I just don't think so. Then there's that other possibility, CZ. I mean, you could put that out there too, for sure. She may have escaped, but I'm still trying to wrap my mind around the fact that she just, like, really, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, we need to hear the story from her on what really happened here. And of course, I would love to have a press conference happening here soon so we know what the F went down, because this is weird, y'all. Again, this is weird. I'm sorry. I know some of y'all don't like hearing me talk about this way, but I have to challenge this a little bit. It almost was too easy. And I know that sounds crazy, but traffickers with a heart of gold, moved by the amount of support and concern over the finding of this 25-year-old beautifully intelligent woman, they suddenly said, "Oh, we picked the wrong one today. Nah, we need to take her back home. Where do you live, sweetheart? Okay, I got it in my I'm going to Google it really quick, or I'm going to, put in my maps real quick, and we're going to drop you off." I have to challenge it, y'all. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, shoot. Cindy Butler, thank you. Pascal, I'm with you. You smell it. It just doesn't feel, it's not sitting right in my soul. It's just not. But hey, miracles have happened, right? Miracles have really happened. So you never know. But again, no car in that video do we see, unless she walked over through the woods and down to the other side where there was a path there as well. There was a road on the other side, so on and so forth. Maybe she did that as well. And that's where she was taken. It just wasn't seen on camera. That could be possible too. But there's so many things that pop up that you just have to ask. Miracles do happen, but this one, interesting. Broken Spoke, thank you so much for the 2. Iked Mel, scanner lady screaming, holding a baby. Interesting. Now, I would love to see that audio or hear that audio. I'd love to hear that audio. Hold up. Well, let's play the rest of this and then we'll look into it more, okay? But it is so weird, right? Again, I'm just asking all the questions. I don't think that there are any right answers right now because we don't know everything. We don't know everything yet, right? We don't know everything, but we have to challenge both sides of the spectrum here. Let's listen to the rest of this. But she has been found safe no matter what. That is still great bloody news, okay? Let's continue.
This is incredible. Take a look at this video here earlier from some of the neighborhoods that our house. This is the house of the neighborhood where Carlee returned home minutes after she was found, after she returned there. You can see the police lights in the distance. Hoover police confirming to WBRC they received a phone call around 10:45 that she had returned home. Fire department showed up, police showed up, of course, to look her over, see how she was doing. They took her to UAB Hospital where she is being evaluated right now. Taylor Pollock is there at the scene. We have our crews there speaking with family. Taylor Pollock saying that she spoke to a friend who just says she's happy to have her home. And that has been the message throughout the duration of these last 48 hours. People just wanted Carlee Russell to be returned home alive and safe. And that is the most important detail that we can give you tonight, that she is home right now.
Agreed.
The community coming together, the outpouring of support that I have witnessed from this community, the news media, everyone joined in on making sure that everyone saw Carlee Russell's picture, everyone knew who to look for, and it has been ongoing 24/7 around the clock. And the community so proud of the outpouring of support that this family has received. And they have said the support they have received has been overwhelming for them. Her mother, listening to her and her father remain strong and lean on their faith in all of this as they continued to look for her. Again, it's been 48 hours. She went missing Thursday night, and here we are tonight, a little bit after, what time is it now, y'all? After midnight, and we're giving you this wonderful news that she has returned home. She is being evaluated, but the most important detail is that she is alive and is being evaluated right now.
Again, Yes, most important part is that she's found alive and well. I'm very, very happy about that as well. No matter what, at the end of the day, whether this is a hoax or if this was a mental health break or if she was actually taken, no matter what, she has been found. And I think a lot of it has to do with the help from all y'all. Again, if social media wasn't a part of this, pushing this and doing everything they can, that's maybe the results wouldn't have been so quick, you know? Again, you know, there's only a few stories that really pop off or get out here when it has to do with, sometimes when it deals with missing men and women of color. I will say that. And men and women of color, okay, that go missing. Those stories kind of fly under the radar a lot of times. So I commend everybody for putting in that energy to put this story out here. So end of the story, she was found safe. That's all that matters.
Now, I am being told that we have a crew in the neighborhood at her house where she returned, and we're going to go to them in just a few minutes.
Okay.
But again, Angela Harris, who was Anaya Blanchard's mother, were confirmed to us about all of this. And let's go now to our own anchor, WBRC anchor, Janice Rogers. Janice, can you tell me where you are and what you know about all of this so far?
Hey, Brittany, I am at home actually at this moment. We had ridden over to where Carlee Russell lives. I'm back home now, but I'd been talking to Angela Harris, as you mentioned, about this case tonight, what she knew, if she had any information about some of the rumors we were hearing. And I said, well, certainly if you learn anything, please call us and let us know. And she called me right before 11 o'clock and said that she was crying on the phone, saying that they had found her, that she was alive. Again, like you had already reported, she'd been dropped off at her family's home, and that they were that she appeared to be in shock, and that they were going to take her to UAB Hospital, which we now know that they did. But just
one thing I do want to ask is, will the family ever say or talk, or will anyone have the guts to actually ask if there is any history of mental health with her? I feel like that's a piece that should be asked, or that's a piece that should be answered. I'm going to roll back a little bit so we can hear this caller really quick. But again, I feel like there's a bit of information that that would be very helpful here too. I mean, a lot of things could have been brought into play with this situation. So maybe understanding a little bit of her background would help maybe get us closer to finding out what really happened here too. That could play a part of this as well. But let's continue.
Shock, and that they were going to take her to UAB Hospital, which we now know that they did. But just hearing Angela cry, as most of our viewers will know, Angela Harris, Anaya Blanchard's mother, who sadly had gone through this, but her daughter ended up being murdered and not coming home. But she had been helping this family through their concern of trying to find their daughter over the past couple of days. And she's the one who told us about it tonight, that she indeed is alive, but in shock, as she described it.
In shock.
Absolutely. Janice, you said that she was dropped off at her house. Do you know more about that?
I don't at this point, and Angela did not either. But the fact that she was dropped off at her house, that was pretty surprising, and you can only imagine the relief among her family, the neighbors who had held that vigil that we all saw this week, yesterday, to try to bring her back. So, you'd been talking about it, a lot of prayers. People really were engaged in this story, and regardless, it doesn't matter what happened. We'll learn the details later of why she disappeared, what happened to her. But right now, the relief is that she's alive and she's back with her family.
Absolutely, Janice. Thank you so much. And again, that is the most important detail. 25-year-old Carlee Russell has returned home. She is being evaluated at UAB Hospital. She is alive, and that is the most important detail of this entire story.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. That's the most important part, is that she's home alive and in one piece. And just so you guys know, because I know some of you guys are wondering what is this, what news station this is. It is news station WBRC Fox 26 News. just so you guys know. So if you're wanting to look at that and watch it, go over to WBRC Fox 6 News. I'm sorry, and check that out. But still, it is. We're still trying to figure this out. We're really trying to figure this whole thing out and try to understand exactly what happened here. But let me take a look at this here, okay? Because we do have an article here just showing us a little bit more, and this is from AL.com. All right. So Carlee Russell returns home 2 days after claiming to see child on I-495 and vanishing. So Carlee, missing just over 48 hours, returns home safe Saturday night. So Hoover 911 was called approximately at 10:45 p.m. after the 25-year-old nursing student returned to the Hoover home she shares with her parents. So she lives with her parents, okay? Hoover Police Chief Derzis said Russell showed up at her parents' home alone. So she just straight up showed up at the crib solo dolo, just so you guys know. So she was just dropped off, guys, allegedly, unless she walked there. We don't know, okay? She was taken by paramedics to the hospital for evaluation. Where Russell has been for the last 2 days was not immediately clear. Additional information will be provided when it becomes available. The police statement read, friends and family members remained outside UAB's emergency room until early Sunday morning. That is weird. Grammar. So anyway, police and family members previously said Russell was on her way back home from work Thursday night and was picking up dinner at the Colonnade when she spotted a young child on Interstate 459. Russell said she was stopping to see if she could help. Russell also reportedly called 911. Russell was on the phone with her brother's girlfriend when the girlfriend reported hearing Russell scream. Next, the girlfriend only heard the noise of interstate traffic. Earlier Sunday evening, police were dispatched to the Red Roof Inn on Montgomery Highway in Vestavia Hills. According to the police radio communications, family members of Russell showed up at the motel claiming they had received a call from her that she was there. It did not immediately appear that Russell was found at that time. The ordeal began Thursday when family members said Russell left the Woodhouse Spa at the Summit where she worked part-time. She then stopped at Tzatziki's at the Colonnade at 9 p.m. to pick up food for herself and her mother. Hoover 911 at 9:34 p.m. received a call from Russell, said Lieutenant Lowe. Russell told the dispatcher that she was near mile marker 11, okay? Because I know everybody's going, well, it's 11.4, or, that kind of thing. So she says she was near mile marker 11 when she saw a toddler walking alone on the side of I-459 between the flyover to the Galleria and Highway 150. After calling 911, Russell stopped to check on the child and called a family member, Lowe said. The family member lost contact with her, but the line remained open. Now, I know we all know this stuff, but I'm going to repeat this stuff again. This is some of the things I said earlier, okay? Officers located Russell's Mercedes. She had a Mercedes, y'all. Still running, but vacant. I'm surprised nobody just pulled up and snatched the car as well. Some of her belongings were nearby. Police were unable to find her or a child in the area. And I think a lot of people are still wondering about this child. Hoover police have not received any calls of someone missing a small child. At 9:36 p.m., her mother, Talitha Russell, said her daughter was on the phone with her brother's girlfriend. She pulled over, saying she saw a child that appeared to be 3 or 4 years old. She probably let her guard down, thinking 911 would be there in a second, Talitha said. My son's girlfriend heard her asking the child, "Are you okay?" She never heard the child say anything, but then she heard our daughter scream. All you hear on her phone is background noise from the interstate. Her phone was her car door was open. They found her phone on the ground along with her wig and her hat. Her purse was still in the car. Her Apple Watch was in her purse and her AirPods as well. So everything, the purse was in her car that contained her Apple Watch and her AirPods. The wig and the phone were found on the ground. Okay. Talitha, the mother, said a tip was called in from a trucker. The trucker says he saw a gray car with a tall brown-skinned man with khaki shorts on leaning over in the car. Talitha Russell said the police did not find some tire tracks in the grass. She said they said it because it was not muddy in the area. It's gravel. All right. They were not able to determine what type of vehicle it could have been. This is a developing story and it will be updated. Now, we already saw the video. And again, in that video, I'll just show it to you guys again. And this is the enhanced video because it's pitch black in there, y'all, out there. But again, you know, you look at that and you hear that. I'm going to play a little bit of the beginning. Again, this is when she's rolling up. This is her on the side of the road, rolling up in this piece. All right. Rolling up. Again, it doesn't make any sense because throughout the entire thing, you do not see anyone. You don't see any cars. I mean, pulling up. So that's weird. That is very, very weird. Delana just said, I'm so happy she's safe and sound, but I'm still so confused over this. The math ain't mathing. I still have so many questions. Yeah, me too. I still got a lot of questions. But they said they saw a gray car. Her car is red. It's a red Mercedes. They said they saw a gray car with a man with tan shorts in that area. Now, that's so weird. A gray car, a man in khaki shorts. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Let me show that again. Let me give you guys that detail again, because this is from a trucker. A trucker said, let's see here. My dogs are getting aggressive. Okay. He saw a gray car with a tall brown-skinned man with khaki shorts on, leaning over in the car. This is what a trucker said that they saw. But we don't see anything in that video. A tall, brown-skinned man in khaki shorts driving a gray car. Nothing's being seen in that. Okay? Nothing's being seen in that video. So that's very, very odd. Now, let me see something real quick.
Per caller, complaint 1466 Montgomery Highway at the Red Roof Inn, the front office. Per caller, family members at this location saying they received a call from the female that's missing, Carlee Russell. Complaint 14.
So that is from a scanner recording. A scanner recording. It said the family members said that they received a phone call from Carlee Russell saying she was at that location, Red Roof Inn. No official word yet, but that was, of course, 15 hours ago. Okay. But we're hearing that the Red Roof Inn thing is not true. Okay, so they're saying someone may have called, or some people who are like putting in their 2 cents, or saying someone may have called 911 and said that they were calling from Red Roof Inn, and said that Carlee had called her parents, but that doesn't seem that doesn't mean any of that is true. They will have the phone number that the call came from. That's true too. You would be able to trace that phone call, so that you could just go back and go, okay, is it really Red Roof Inn or no? You know, like I said, it's not making a whole lot of sense. But yeah, a lot of people are saying that part is just one big hoax, and it doesn't make sense. It really, really doesn't. Okay. Now I know that there was a super chat about like a phone call with a baby crying in it. I have not heard anything of that sort, but let me see if I can find something real quick. And I don't think it's ever been. I don't think they've released the phone, the 911 call. At least I don't think so. And I feel like if they did, that would be out here, wouldn't it? Right? It'd be shared like crazy. Yeah, I'm just looking, guys. I'm sorry. Just letting you know what I'm doing, because I want to see it for I want to hear it myself. Okay. Yeah. So, somebody else is putting something up, for everyone irresponsibly speculating on the case. Here is dispatch audio, including a 911 call from a neighboring house about a woman screaming with a child. Let me just see what this is all about. No, this is like an hour-long piece. See, that's the thing. I would love to hear that audio, but I also am not comfortable just playing other content creators' stuff. You see what I'm saying?
Snap your ass and do some bad things to you.
Yeah, I don't see anything. I mean, if anybody has that link, by all means, please send it my way. Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, I get it. People are telling me that Mel did play it, but at the same time, I don't feel right playing his stuff. You see what I'm saying? Out of respect, because I wouldn't like that if they're just playing my stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like doing that kind of thing. It gets messy like that, and so I'm looking. Real talk, I'm looking. I don't see anything about this 911 call. And I feel like that would be some information, or I feel like that would be some information out here that would be released, and then mainstream media, the news, all that would be talking about it. But so far, I don't see anything of a 911. Just looking at it, looking for it on various social media sites, and
One. 42. 71. It's going to be
Hold on, guys.
for 71.
If this is real.
42. 71. It's going to be 459 south, mile marker 10. It's going to be a child walking on the 3 or 4 year old child walking on the side of the interstate next to her. RP's going to be close by in a red Mercedes sedan with a hazards on. Child's going to be a white male wearing a white t-shirt and a diaper.
42 copy from YMCA.
4.
Allegedly, this is the dispatch.
7:30.
Allegedly, this is dispatch. Allegedly. This is part of the 911. This is them talking about the description of the child. So let's listen to a little bit more of this.
State Tower has possession of that vehicle so far.
What?
I'll be giving one black male a courtesy ride from my location to Waffle House on Columbiana Road. My mileage is 843. I'm in unit 153.
136.
.442. RV's advising there's no cars in the area. Looks like the child's been abandoned on the side of the road.
42 copy.
42, traffic stop. Cross Haven Drive in the parking lot of Chick-fil-A. So, white Chevrolet Silverado, Whiskey Foxtrot Mike 756.
42, receiving.
.442, you're actually going to have to access from 31. They're going to be plotting just before the exit. 441, can I get you to head that way?
10 3, I'm even that way.
Apparently there's more here. So hold on. And I'll check on my Facebook here in a second. Let me just get these audios going. Okay. So there's that. I guess that's the rest of that's the dispatch radioing in about that. All right. Then apparently there's more. Apparently there's a 911 call. Hold on, guys. Apparently there's a 911 call that we need to take a listen to. 1 second, guys.
Got a call about a female screaming with a child.
We copy.
Hmm.
Do you have an address?
So there was an incoming 911.
Atkinson Lane and Atkinson Boulevard.
Now I'm curious, is this the 911 call that you guys are actually talking about? You're talking about dispatch actually saying that there was a 911 call about a female screaming with a child? Is this the part you guys are talking about? Because this could very well be just family calling about this and making this 911 call. I'm just saying that, just as a possibility, because it still, it's just so odd.
41 on the ground.
10-441. Be advised, the female screaming line disconnected.
Nothing.
Will you check the social?
Go ahead.
419-474491.
Nothing. 2150.
Dead 510 area code. You need me somewhere?
Dispatch 719. Social returns to DeSanko Smith, ON 10550975. Status is suspended as of March 2014. FDA cases out of Montgomery. Class ID, copy of 29 Charlie.
Go ahead.
Buffalo, Alabama probationer.
Does it give any more information?
Brown and black correction, a brown and black Ford F-150. She was on the phone with her daughter when it occurred.
Status 719, that's a negative.
Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. So, I mean, that's just a little bit of the dispatch. I mean, I'm sure, it's very, very, very interesting. But I keep wondering, I just keep wondering if the when they're saying incoming 911 call about a female screaming with child, if that 911 call isn't another 911 call from maybe the family or a family friend hearing her being taken at that time. Maybe it could also be her on the phone screaming, but it sounds to me like it's a phone call about a woman about her being taken and that there's a child there. But, from what they're being told. Again, I'm wondering what the family friend heard as well. Not only I'm wondering if they not only hear her scream, but maybe heard a baby, maybe heard a 3 to 4 year old child talking or saying something or wailing in the background, crying, so on and so forth, or whatever it was doing. I'm wondering if there really was any interaction with her. If they heard the interaction between Carlee and this 3 to 4 year old child. I'm curious about all that. Hold on. Let me pull these images up because Brooke, thank you so much for sending these to me. But I wanted to show you guys some of these images real quick because I mean this is what they're saying. This is apparently the area that she was found. And then they say daytime versus night when she was taken. There's a whole car behind the sign. God, I just pray that she's okay and that you bring her home. This could have been any of us. And they're basically saying that there is a truck or like a car behind this sign. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's a car, maybe it's not. But during the video, we don't see a car pull off. We don't see a car pull off when she's taken. And you see what I'm saying? So why didn't we see any movement even in the enhanced video? It doesn't pull backwards. It doesn't pull forward. It would have just stayed there. So it's interesting. Let's take a look at this one too. I mean, it's hard to make out with this stuff, but I got questions, y'all. I definitely have questions. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Shoot, it could be Sasquatch for all we know. You know what I mean? So I mean, I'm not sitting here saying that it's all a lie. I'm just asking what actually happened here and how did this actually go down? I think there's a little bit more of the dispatch. I'm going to play a little bit more of this dispatch for you guys. But again, I don't see it personally. I don't see a truck. It's hard to tell with that kind of low lighting and everything's all glitchy and stuff. It's just really, really hard.
48 dispatch. Okay, 19 state number. Info.
48, 19 state numbers 25089, repeating 25089, 1015 times 2119. 748, 2152.
Back go from there. Someone try to catch up on this other call roll.
Suspicious vehicle 1432, Linda Vista Drive. Car sitting in the roadways for an extended period of time. Occupants got out and looked at property and then got back in the vehicle or still sitting there for extended period. 748, 2153.
49. For that, camp 4.
2153.
40 copy.
748, 2153.
Where exactly is this call coming from?
The call's pinging in that location.
So,
10-4.
Mm-mm-mm.
14, you can show me echo, and that's just going to take care of it soon. 10-4. $511, do you want us to start seeing if we can get her phone number pinged?
Yeah. I mean, listen, guys, it's very, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Okay. All this is very, very wild. Where is that? I mean, and that's just from some of the dispatch. Again, that phone call or the dispatch reporting about her with a screaming with a child, that could have been the 911 call made by the family member relaying that that they're looking for her, that kind of thing. Again, this is a very odd and strange situation. You know what I mean? It's very weird, but at the same time, we should be thankful and happy that this young woman has been found and that she's in one piece. And of course, I feel like as time goes on, we're going to find out more truth and more information about this. And I'm still wondering if there's going to be a press conference here soon. One thing that we do know before we go into this release from the Hoover Police Department here, because it basically is repeating everything that we've just been talking about so far. No matter what, she has been found. She's okay. I think when they're going to be doing their evaluation or during this evaluation, they're going to do everything they can to find out what actually happened to Carlee. One other thing that we have to remember, they have closed off the entire neighborhood. They have blocked off the entire neighborhood because she just showed up at the family, the parents' front door. She lives with her parents and she literally knocked on the front door, very, very dazed, very confused, and in shock. And I can only imagine, given what has happened to her as of recently, right? It is pretty wild. The series of events that have happened this whole week, and especially over the past 48 hours, when it comes to this young woman's taking. But I will be real. I have never heard a story where the monsters that took them just drop them off at their front door. I've never heard that in my life. But again, stories like this have happened. I mean, not stories like this, but miracles have happened. Miracles do happen. And maybe this is just a moment of a miracle. We don't know. The other thing, though, too, is, Lori just asked this. It's very good point, a very good question. So what happens to that $55,000 reward, right? Where does that go? What happens to it? Does this go back to the people who were anonymously donating to the reward? Does it just go back to their pockets? Or is there a hero involved in this situation, right? She may have been found randomly and they dropped her off. I don't know. I feel like somebody who did this heroic, if they did something, if this was a moment of heroicism, I feel like they would have been like, I don't know. I feel like they would have said something, right? For her to be dropped off and she just miraculously poof right there in front of her door, it just seems a bit odd. Okay. But again, no matter what, we still found her. She still has been found alive. She is alive and kicking. We don't know everything yet. Of course, understandably, there is all kinds of speculations going on, but I say we look at those options. We put those questions out there. We think about this with some critical thinking, and then we wait for the real truth to come out, if it does ever come out. But I really would love to hear what happened to her, and what really went down here. But let's look at this news release that was made by the chief of the Hoover Police Department. Okay, it says here, Carlee Russell located, which is fantastic. Missing person Carlee Russell has been located at 10:45 p.m. last night. The Hoover 911 Center received a call that Carlee returned home to her residence. Police responded to the scene to investigate this latest development in the case. Hoover fire medics responded to the scene to assess Carlee and transported her to a local hospital for evaluation. Additional information will be provided when it becomes available, which is really, again, really, really great news. At the end of the day, because I know everybody in the middle doing, everybody right now, a lot of people right now, like, yeah. But let's be real. If this was a hoax, I keep wondering, I don't know. Because I'm sure everybody's speculation minds are running wild, right? I'm sure y'all just going off the rails right now with speculation and theories. We just dealt with a whole crazy story with Rudy Farias. Remember? Kid who went missing 8 years ago, but he never really was missing. He was just hiding in plain sight for 8 years, right? So I get it that there's skepticism going on here, but I also say we don't know what went down. Clearly, there wasn't any financial gain in this situation from what we see so far. It's not like there was a GoFundMe account and they're just cashing in on everything. I don't think that the parents were in on this situation. I think that this is either a situation of mental health or something really did happen to her and a miracle happened. That's the only piece I can really lean on. It's just wild. This situation. Period. Let me get some of these super chats here really quick. Quinn B, thank you so much for the 5. Caller coming from Atkins, Trim Boulevard runs parallel to the interstate where she stopped. Okay. Interesting. Dominique, thank you so much for the 5. They haven't released more traffic camera footage, but it's possible there's more prior to sunset. You're absolutely right. There could be more to the situation. And I get it. It's really easy for us to go down the avenue of, oh, this is fake and she did a juicy and all that, but we don't know. There could be more to this story, and I say let's sit back and wait. Please keep thinking independently and critically. Okay, that is on you guys. You know what I mean? And that's my job, to bring up this conversation and talk about it and go, think some things seem a bit off. Maybe there's an explanation for that, and maybe there isn't. Maybe this is just a straight up situation of a mental health issue. And then again, it could just be someone who was taken. Now, the other thing, VT, I haven't seen anything so far about a press conference, but I promise you, for real, we will be talking about it, or we will be watching it if there is one. Okay. If there is really a press conference coming, we will be watching it together as a family. So far, I haven't heard anything of that sort. In fact, I'm even checking right now just to see if there's any other updates or anything like that. And I see a bunch of y'all still here watching. I appreciate it. Please hit that like button. Okay, crush it. I'd love to see it go past 1,000 likes. That would be amazing if we can get to 1K. That would really, really mean a lot. And of course, if you haven't done it yet, too, hit that subscribe button. Okay. Hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell and set it to all so that you know whenever I upload, whenever I go live, because it is random too. Let's not forget that. But right now, I have yet to see anything. I have yet to see anything about a press conference. Okay. But let me see. Let me check. Let me see. Let me check. Let me check. Let me see. Hold on. So yeah, I don't see anything about a press conference. Let me check one more place. Just in case. Yeah. So far, nothing. So far, nothing. They have not said anything about a press conference yet. But of course, if there is a press conference, I will be talking to you guys about it for sure. For sure. We'll be watching it live together as a family. For sure. But this is all really wild-ish. I'm going to be real. I am very surprised. Let's see. Dispatcher said that call was made at 20 at what is that? At 9:19? Is that 9 or 10:19? I don't know. Or yeah. But Carlee made call at to 911 at 9:34. I don't know. Like I said, there's questions, y'all. A lot of questions. Angela said, just speculation, but if she called her sister-in-law, why did her mother say all we could hear was, I think she was just saying that like all we could hear. I think she was saying that as like what we know as a family is this is what our family member, our the girlfriend, it's like kind of like she was talking as if they were part of a team. That's kind of what I was speculating. You know what I mean? But that's just speculation here. I don't know. I think, like I said, it's very easy for us to find a lot of room to go into wild theories and speculations. And I think we should wait to hear more information. And the information will come whether or not we want to hear it or not, and I'm hoping that we hear from her, right? Maybe we hear from Carlee straight up so we can hear her full side of the story, right? But we will see. We will see. Broken Spoke just said, my heart goes out to her no matter what happened. I feel for her family too. Yeah, exactly. I know it's easy for a lot of people who are on the side of thinking that this is a hoax. It's very easy to try to, damn this woman or do all kinds of stuff, be angry, throw out hatred and vitriol. We don't know what happened, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. She is found safe. And maybe because of the amount of focus and care from everyone, not only just news outlets, but from social media and all that, maybe because of all that love, she was able to be brought home. And miracles do happen. Maybe that's the situation here, maybe that's what it is. But at the end of the day, a young woman who we would have found, maybe never find her or hear something worse. Like she's found, passed on, with her life taken. We have heard something else. She showed up at the front doorstep of her family's home, which is unprecedented. I've never heard anything like that in my life. That is crazy. It's crazy. But wilder things have happened in news and wilder things have happened in this missing person's realm as well. So no matter what, she's been found, and we should be happy for that as well. Anyway, guys, that is the show. I appreciate all y'all for being here. I really, really do. Like I said, if there's more information that comes out, we will be right here to talk about it. I guarantee you, we will be talking about it. Okay? So please be sure to make sure you hit that like button down below. That would be greatly appreciated. Crush that. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell as well. If you are already subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that notification bell and set it to all so that you know whenever I go live or whenever I upload, because it is very random, okay? Especially whenever I'm doing these breaking news stories. Obviously, this broke last night, but I was asleep when it broke. It broke overnight. So I'm breaking the story to you guys this morning. And there's going to be more that's coming. Trust me. We're going to find out more information about what happened with Carlee. I'm sure of it. And when it does come out, that it's solid, not just the rumor mill, okay? Not just speculation city. You will hear it right here on the show. If there's a press conference later on today, you will hear it from here as well. So be sure you are subscribed, notification bell is on, and all that. By all means, hit that join button down below if you want to support the channel. That would be greatly appreciated. And please do not forget, you can also support the channel even more by going over to my Patreon, patreon.com/The Pascal Show, and supporting over there as well. Okay? I appreciate that so much. Okay? I think Talika, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I really do appreciate it. Much love to you guys. Have a great Sunday, no matter what. Positivity. The positive part is this young woman has been found, and it would not have been happening without the help of every single last one of y'all who put her hashtag out there, who shared an article, who shared a video about her, who made a TikTok, who made a podcast, whatever it may be. No matter what, this young woman was found because we got really great human beings out here putting in time and effort and bringing her safe home, period. Let's remember that. Anyway, guys, it's time to get going. I appreciate all y'all. Have a great Sunday. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys very soon. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.